Welcome back to the best game review channel in the entire world. As long as it's covering cheap indie games and it's mine, then that's the one. Today's game review is Sparkle 3 Genesis, and if you've seen my previous review of Sparkle Zero or played the games, initially we can see the exact same staple game mechanic as swim and eat, just like all the other ones. But hold your judgments just for a second, because Sparkle Zero Genesis brings a whole mess of new features to the table, including a massive graphic overhaul and a DNA system. Now this DNA system basically works off of the things that you eat, whether they are little red dots or little blue dots or little green dots, and can be assigned in different slots which provide your little avatar, your little bug dude, with different avenues through which he can evolve. So besides gaining levels and strength and size, you're also taking one of 3 different paths to evolve. Now that's not saying you have to only use red if you want to go the red avenue, or only use blue if you want to go the blue avenue. You can use them all. But whichever one that you have the most of actually will determine the physical characteristics, appearance, and special ability, yes, the game now has special abilities, of your character. We can see here in this initial evolution that I actually went with green. In my first playthrough, I initially went with red, and that was the speed characteristic. So you can actually use a little speed boost, which is super helpful for some of the things in the game, such as the fast water flows, or chasing down enemies, or getting out of a bind. That little speed boost is really helpful. But the green path deals with having more immunity, so you're not taking damage, you can have certain things in the game not affect you, and I'll try not to spoil where that actually comes into fruition. But lastly, we have the blue characteristic, and that is absorption. So not only can you eat faster, but your special ability is basically making this little vacuum where you suck in everything in front of you. And that's not only helpful for eating, that's helpful for fighting. Because many of the enemies that you have to fight in this game, because now there is a battle mechanic, require you to consume the nutrients off of them before defeating them. And this little vacuum characteristic can pull a massive wave of nutrients right off of an enemy. So it's actually pretty good for battle too, and I didn't find that out until my second or third playthrough. Just like all of the other Sparkle games, you pretty much wander around and eat and grow, and the original goal was to just get as big as you could get and just see what your creature turned into. But in Sparkle 3 Genesis, we actually have new elements, not only the graphic overhaul, but in Sparkle 3, there are now missions. There is a play system, there is some objective that is constantly popping up when you talk to this little sparkle deity, which I'm not really sure what it is. I'm assuming it's like the spark of life. But it gives you little missions and helps you kind of balance the ecosystem. And honestly, I kind of get the feeling that maybe it might be a bad thing. But I haven't played through the entire expanse of the game, so I'm not sure. I'll leave that one up to you. You can tell me in the comments if you've already figured it out. But back to this graphic overhaul, and I'm sorry if I'm hitting on it a lot, but because this game is so cheap, I don't expect this kind of quality in the visual aesthetics. As you play through and your character increases and gets larger and larger and larger, in this version of the game, it is fully three-dimensional. So as you can see when you're swimming up through some of these portals, your character is flawless. It moves and articulates in all 3 dimensions, and it's fully filled out, unlike the flat graphics in Sparkle Zero that only appeared to be 3-dimensional. And if you're a fan of any game like Spore, you'll probably want to get a copy of Sparkle Zero, because this game, while it might not have the goofy kind of build your own adventure with the character evolution system, it actually is really cool, and you have these missions to run with and all of this area to explore, and honestly, just seeing what the heck your character is going to turn into is really neat. I mean, the first time I had unbalanced from the red character trait to a different one, and my creature completely changed and got new abilities, I was shocked. That was just so cool, and I got to figure out how to play with this new character in a new way, but it was still the same one. And the coolest thing is, the next couple times I leveled up, I had the ability to change it back, because all it has to do is be the one that's in the lead. The one trait you have the most of, whether that's red, blue, or green. Overall, I'd have to say this game is actually really great. I was not impressed with Sparkle Zero, and I have to be honest, I thought it was kind of a waste, because there was literally nothing to do except kind of aimlessly explore what the creator of the game created. And you can do that on Reddit. You don't need to actually invest hundreds of hours of your life just to see where it goes. This one has battle mechanics and quest-like systems and evolution and level ups and abilities And God, it's beautiful. It really is a gorgeous game. And for just a couple bucks on the eShop, yeah, I mean, if you're into these kind of ambient lifestyle games, or if you've ever played or thought about playing Spore, this is the cheaper alternative. I'm not going to say it's better, but it's pretty darn good. That about wraps up the review for Sparkle 3 Genesis, and if you found this review helpful or remotely interesting, feel free to throw me a like and show your support, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest content. I really do put these videos out as often as I can, sometimes on a daily basis, and I just enjoy gaming and I like doing the reviews. So feel free to show your support, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you later on the next review.